The first play, I shoot a 3 off the dribble. I hit the backboard. Nothing but backboard.
I saw that.
I stuck my tongue out. I've never done that before. I don't know why. I went like this. I'm not going to the NBA. I know that. I have 6 points in 5 years. I'm not touching the NBA.
Were you embarrassed to start posting on TikTok?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
If you have a personal brand in social media, you can do anything you want to do.
Oh, I can retire.
Welcome back to Safe Haven. Today we have a good friend on, Brandon Dwyer, and we're going to be going over kind of a story of how he turned his struggle of being a bench warmer into a story, turn that story into a brand, turn that brand into an opportunity, and now he's got everyone trying to get a hold of him. Luckily, I got a hold of him because I have that personal connection, and today we're just going to dive into his story of how he ended the road to 1 point. Brandon, how's it going?
Well, Haven, first I want to say thank you for having me today. I really appreciate it, but it's going quite well. So ever since I've scored, I've had such a great weight lifted off my shoulders. So it's been,
dude, I bet that's
quite
pretty
nice.
crazy. 5 years of being on a team and finally getting your first point was pretty crazy. I want to say I do appreciate, dude. You drove 2 hours here for this podcast. It's nighttime, as you guys can tell. And then he's driving 2 hours back. That's commitment. You've had New York Times interviewing you. You've had everyone interviewing you. And the fact that you came on this podcast, dude, and wanted to help me out and just make a cool episode, I really do appreciate that, man.
Well, hey, there's no better podcast than, is this called Safe Haven now?
It's Safe Haven now.
It's not Unsafe Haven?
No, but you were on it when
I was on Unsafe Haven. I was like the second episode on Safe Haven.
Crazy.
I remember that. But
do you guys remember that?
there's no better podcast than Safe Haven. I'm wasting a lot of gas for this.
Thank you for that. I cover any gas if you
thank you.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's okay.
In regards to how you kind of just start talking about how you ended the road to 1 point, let's back it up and kind of get a recap of people who for people that don't know who you are. Let's talk about your entire journey of how the road to 1 point started. So for the people that don't know you, who are you? What do you do? And what is the road to 1 point?
All right, absolutely. Well, I am Brandon Dwyer. I am 22 years old. I play Division I basketball at Florida Gulf Coast University. I am from Newark, Delaware. I initially committed to LaSalle University in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, out of high school. I walked on there, so people don't know what a walk-on is. You are not on athletic scholarship. You are on academic scholarship, but you're still on the team, travel with the team, practice with the team, have a roster spot.
Are you treated the same by the team members?
Yeah, 100%. My coaches treat me the same. Teammates treat me the same. I just have a different role. So instead of going in playing the game, I am a practice guy. So
You're their dancer.
Huh?
You're their cheerleader.
During the game, yes. During the game, yes. Okay, I can't argue with that. Yes, but in practice, I get them ready to play the game the next day or a couple days away. But fast forward to my freshman year, didn't do TikTok at all. Didn't do anything like that. Never thought I would. Our head coach got fired at LaSalle, and two of our assistants, Coach Chambers, Coach Griffin, got the head job. One of them got the head job at FGCU, and the other one got the head associate job. They asked me to come down to FGCU and be a walk-on there. And I said, yeah, Florida. Didn't really think about it too much. I liked Coach Chambers. I liked Coach Griffin. Came down to Florida. And as I mentioned, I'm from Delaware. Yeah, I know.
Big change.
Yeah.
You like it better?
Oh, way better. I love Delaware. I'm not going back. But
I'll
visit.
Guys.
I'll visit. Not going back.
Florida beats any other state. I will stand on that hill till I die.
I think I will stand on that hill with you. I think I definitely will. But came out to Florida, like you said, completely different world. And I would call my family, my friends, and tell them what I was experiencing down here. You know, it's 100 degrees, it's sunny every day, there's palm trees, there's all this different stuff going on. And I felt like they weren't getting it, like really seeing it. So I started a 20-day day in my life series on TikTok where I'd basically have my phone and I would take little videos like this.
Were you embarrassed to start posting on TikTok?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
So what made you like overcome that and like be like, I'm going to post anyways, even though it's like cringy or embarrassing?
My roommate at the time, he's on the cross country team. He was like, just do it. He was like, who cares? He's like, it's probably not going to do good. And I was like, I mean, fair enough, probably not. So I just posted it. And it took me like 2 hours to hit post on my first video.
Really?
It took me forever because I was so like nervous about like what people would think, people from home would think, because I never did that. No one thought I'd ever do that. I didn't think I'd do that. So did that for 20 days. Ended up picking a little bit of traction from that. Realized I liked it and it was fun.
Wait, had you ever made any content before that in your entire life? Like, had you ever had a passion for creating videos or anything?
Not videos. I liked art. I was pretty bad at it, but I enjoyed like art and stuff. But I was also pretty bad at art. Not gonna lie. But no, like creating video creation. No, like not at all. I posted on Instagram.
Yeah,
like I did that.
Did that. Yeah,
but that was it. I posted it on like Snapchat, but I don't think I never posted a TikTok before that video.
That's really interesting because I feel like a lot of influencers, they start off like they've always been making videos since they were like a little kid, but you kind of just started when you were in college. But that's still cool. So sorry, let's go back to then when you started posting. You hit first post, it did well. Then what? What's next?
So the 20 days went by. I realized I liked it. I started making relatable videos just about basketball because I've been in every situation in basketball. Like, obviously, I've been a bench player along with, high school. I was one of the better guys. My dad's been the coach. I've liked my coach. I've liked my teammates, hated my teammates. Like I said, been in every situation. So I just started making these relatable videos, and they just started picking up traction. And it would be me and one of the managers or one of my teammates would go in the gym and film these videos. And I started in August of 2022. By January 2023, so like 6 months, 5-6 months, I had 100,000 followers on TikTok, and I thought that was nuts. I'm like, this is insane. I don't even know what's happening. And from there, I just kept posting. So I just really enjoyed it.
And when did we meet?
We met in March of 2023.
So how many followers did you have then?
Like 200 something thousand. I want to say 200 something thousand, maybe almost 300,000, because we met after kind of the road to 1 point started, because I never mentioned that I was a bench player at that point. I'd make bench related videos, but I never made them really about me specifically. So this kid one day, no idea who this kid is. Thank gosh for this kid. He stitched one of my videos on my ESPN page, and my ESPN page had 0 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds, 0 everything. And that video went really viral. It got 10 million views, and everyone was just making fun of me. Because I was on my phone all day, so I go on my phone, I'm like, what is happening? Because I didn't post the video. I find the video, I'm like, this is nuts. I'm going through the comments. This guy sucks. He's terrible. Like, D1 for nothing. And I thought I had really two options there. I could either embrace it, or I could try and fight it and be like, well, I'm D1. I'm better than you, or kind of laugh at myself. And the first video I posted the next day was me walking to the gym ready to score 0 points. And then all the comments flipped. They're like, oh, bro can take a joke. Bro's cool. Like this, that, and the third. It became really positive.
Yeah.
And that's when I really started leaning into my own story and not just standard relatable videos, where I started doing stuff about not playing and embracing that. And the road to 1 point, like you mentioned, happened a little bit before we met.
Yeah.
It was a comment. I wish I had the comment. Someone commented he's on the road to 1 point. I'm like, oh, that's genius. I'm using that.
Yeah.
That's great. And then from there on, it's always been just, I've been on this road to score my first point.
It's a cool journey. It's crazy how the comments shifted from like hating on you from that one person making a video about you to everyone like liking you could take a joke. I feel like in any situation on social media, there's always two ways to approach it. And I think you just hit the right moment, but then you approach it the right way. Because most people, they go on there and defend themselves. But people love like self-digs. Like when you come for yourself, people love that. It shows humbleness, humility. It shows like, yeah, this guy can take a joke. I think that's what people love. So then that got started, but you did this road to 1 point thing. You dragged it out for a long time. How long did it last?
I didn't score. I had to keep going. It was, oh man, spring. It started spring of 2023, and I just scored on November 3rd, 2025. So a long time. And I want, like, these last couple of years, I was trying to score. Like, this was not planned. This is not, like, how it ended up being great. But this was not planned. I wanted to score. I wanted to be done with this. I did not like being the guy who's had no points.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, I dragged it out. But, like, I didn't score.
And it worked. Like, you literally every single season, you would make the same videos and it would crush every single time. Like, obviously there were changes, but like the same concept of you not having any points, people love that. And I think because like a lot of people relate to it. I myself, I've had times where I've been on soccer teams and I've not played at all, and I was like the bench roamer, and like I found relatability to that. Like I made videos also when you were blowing up for that. I literally made the same video for soccer. I copied your video word for word.
I do remember that. I remember that.
You remember that? I copied your video word for word, but made it soccer edition. Got like 5 million views. It crushed it. And people just love that. And there's like a sense of relatability there, because there's a lot of people that don't really play in sports. Like a soccer team typically has 22 players, 11 people on. Basketball has insane amount of players.
It's even more, yeah.
5 people play. So it's like crazy.
The majority aren't playing at the time. Like there's 5 guys on the court, 10 guys off the court. So I'm actually hitting the majority of people more than, the guys who play.
Yeah, no,
So-
I completely agree. So now that's kind of how the road to 1 point started. We're caught up with everyone now. If they didn't know, I'm getting better with my stutter, guys. I know it's still
It
not
is
the
improving.
best. It's improving. I'm
improving.
really focusing on like enunciating my words. But now that we kind of caught everyone up to speed with who you are, the road to 1 point, let's talk about what everybody wants to know, the points. Tell me about that day leading up to when you scored your first basket in basketball after 5 years.
Yeah, for sure. So I knew when the schedule came out that we typically play some lower level teams every year, usually one or two. And when the schedule came out, I saw we were playing New College of Florida, which is a very good NAIA school, but that's several divisions lower than Division One. So I knew I had a good opportunity that we could get up big that game and I could get in. So I invited a couple of my friends over and to come to the game, and I just kind of like actually got ready for the game. Like, this sounds bad, but like a lot of these games I know I'm not going to get into.
Yeah.
So I don't really like super lock in for
Yeah.
the game, but I was really locked in. I'm like, this is the game. I have a great opportunity here. And we were up, I think, 15 at halftime, which typically isn't enough for me to get in. Usually we got to beat up like 30 plus for me to get in. It's a lot of, that's the life of a walk on. You don't get in unless you're up 25, 30 points. And there was a point in the second half, I think like 15, 14 minutes left. We were up by 30. And I'm like, okay, here we go. I'm like, I'm going to get in. But typically I'd only get 50 seconds, maybe a minute. And so I'm going to get one offensive possession, maybe. So I'm like, okay, I got to make this one offensive possession count. Time ticks down, 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left. But around the 6 minute mark, Coach Chambers came up to me and said, hey, you ready to go? And I was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, I'm ready to go. He said, okay, I'm going to put you in 4 minutes, which is more than I've ever gotten before. Typically, it's maybe a minute 10.
And during that minute and 10, typically, is your team's entire goal to get you to score?
Yes. Like the whole, but the thing with that is like, I'm very thankful for that. But the whole other team knows their goal is to get me to score. So typically, I'll get, their defensive plan is to stop me from scoring. I'm like, why? Like, let me score, man.
Because whoever you score on, they're never going to live that down. They were Brandon Dwyer's first ever suspect that he humiliated and got his point on.
I don't want to say humiliated, but kind of. But
yeah.
But with 6 minutes left, he came up to me and he tells me, get on the bike. Because I've been sitting there for, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Anything. So I get on the bike and I was biking and the whole arena knew I was on the bike. So they knew I was getting in soon. So like the buzz within the arena was nuts. 4 minutes, it's 4 minutes on the clock. I go in the game, sub in, the arena goes nuts. And I thought to myself, okay, I have 4 minutes this time. I'm going to get like a couple offensive possessions here. I don't need to score initially. But of course, I'm not thinking that. Like I go out there and I forget all that. And the first play, I shoot a 3 off the dribble. I hit the backboard. Nothing but backboard.
I saw that.
And I remember running back on defense and I was just laughing because I'm like, oh man, like, that's terrible. Like that's going to get clipped. Like everyone's going to put that. Like, I got to score. Like I don't score. Everyone's going to clip that.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting at the free throw line because we fouled some guy in New College. And I thought, oh, I still have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. I actually have time because typically I'm like, well, I missed. Game's over. Oh no, I still have a lot of time to do this. We call it timeout. And I knew he drew up a play. Coach Chambers drew up a play for me. And I was like, okay, cool. I know this play. I know what to run. And my teammate Matt McCarthy and Tristan sent me a great screen. I was on the right corner. Sent me a double pin down screen. Gabe sent me a good pass. My defender got stuck on the screen. I was open on the right wing. Same spot as I shot last year where I missed. I missed in the exact same spot, almost a year to the same day.
That's crazy.
Missed. And when I shot it, I actually thought I missed. Like I 100% thought my first thought when I shot the ball was I missed. I thought I thought it was long. It came off weird. And it just rattled in and went in. And then I like naturally don't remember anything. I've seen the video a bunch now, but I don't remember anything. And
Really?
for 30 seconds after that.
Wow.
Because the arena got so loud. I stuck my tongue out. I've never done that before. I don't know why I did that.
Dude, I made a video, I know the second that you scored, that you probably did some funny celebration.
Oh, I had some celebration planned. It was not that. It was not
that wasn't what you had
No,
planned.
no. I don't know.
Really? Okay, wait, what was the celebration you had planned then?
I was going to try to be cool and like a big celebration now in the NBA. I like Jalen Brunson. He plays for the Knicks. He goes like this. on his face like for 3 fingers. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'd like to do that. I think it'd be funny. Didn't do that at all. I went like this, and I'm like, I watched it back. I'm like, what am I doing?
Your hands up for so long. Yeah. You're looking around. Oh my gosh, you were so happy.
And I gave the corniest fist pump. Like I gave this really hard fist pump. I'm like, I've never done that before. I'm like, what am I doing? And then my first thought that I remember, because I watched the clip back, was I was sitting because we fouled the guy again. I was at the free throw line, and I was literally like, oh, I can retire. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I'm good. I'm done. Scored. It's done. Like this is like I completed it. Like I don't gotta worry about it.
College career.
I was like, I got my point.
Dang.
But then I looked at the clock. I'm like, I have 2.5 minutes left. I could score again. And a couple possessions later, again, Matt McCarthy gives me a great extra pass in the corner. I was wide open, and at that point, I know more pressure because I already scored. So I'm like, anything on top of this is just icing on the cake. And then I made that one. Stung my tuck out again after that one.
Did you black out for that one again?
No,
okay,
no.
So you just consciously stuck your done out that time.
I was like, I'll do it again. I might as well. But it was just such a cool experience. And like, because I didn't really take everything in like in the moment. I was trying to, but I kind of couldn't because I missed so much. Like, so watching the bench reaction when it went in, watching the crowd's reaction, the announcers' reaction, the fans' reaction, it was just really cool seeing all those people like being happy for me. And then I got interviewed. I was the player of the game.
Oh wow!
Only had 6 points.
that's like 4 minutes. 6 points is good.
It is true.
That's
it is true.
Good
My
ratio.
per 40 was very good. It was very good.
Very good.
But I got interviewed for the game. Like, we're here at Brandon Dwyer, the player game. I'm like, what is happening? I was like, and they asked me like, how does it feel the road to 1 point is over? I'm like, it feels great.
So did it feel like that end of movie scene, or did it feel like the start of a new chapter?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, it definitely felt like I would say the end of a movie scene because it's been such a long journey. I mean, the entire time I've known you.
Road to 1 point.
Road to 1 point. Before I've known you, the road to 1 point was happening. And I feel like I've known you forever.
Yeah.
So it felt like the end of something, but it also felt like, okay, now I can start something new. I can finally move on. And over the last 3 years, I've had so much content ideas built up from this that I'm like, oh, I have content planned for the next 3 weeks now because I have so many ideas backed up about me scoring that I've thought of over the last couple of years. But I'd say to answer your question, kind of both. But that day, definitely like end scene, like end of a movie scene.
Yeah, no, 100%. Now, do you feel like it's going to be hard to top that moment and have a better end movie scene for your next chapter? Or you're moving on, you're focused on bigger and better things? I
think it will be hard to top that just because of how long it took and how much of a kind of a slow burn it was. Just because it was 3 years. That's a long time to be doing anything. So I think it'll be tough. But I mean, at the same time, there's so much more out there that I can do and new roads to achieve. Yeah,
100%. And I want to talk about some of those roads. But first I want to say, something that you mentioned earlier was you had all this content that you wanted to make, 3 weeks worth of content that for once you scored a point, you just have a bunch of videos to post. Do you feel like you're doing the right thing by just milking that again? Or do you think that you should utilize this in another way?
I think both. I think because I did milk the road to 1 point for so long that I would like to kind of milk the success of it. I've milked my unsuccess for so long that I would like to just for my own kind of stance. I'd like to milk my own success 100%. For a little bit. But in terms of doing it for something more with all the eyes on me right now, there's definitely things that I could do in addition to road to 1 point stuff. And there's stuff that I'm doing now that isn't directly on camera that I've been working on to try and do my next thing with. The thing I'm trying to do now is the road to the NBA. And especially for social media, I think the road to the NBA, there's a bunch of stuff I can do with that. I can talk about how I have more points than LeBron in college. I can talk about how I'm going to declare for the draft. I can do a whole press conference declaring for the draft. I can go to the draft. I can buy a ticket and go to the draft. I can declare for the draft. There's a way to do that if you're a college athlete. Regardless if you have no points or you're, Cooper flag. So there are ways I can go with that. And then in terms of post basketball, because I know you're going to talk about that. Yeah. I don't totally know what I'm going to do yet, but there's definitely things that I'm looking into because after this year is going to be the first time, you've known me and since I've done content that I'm not going to be a college basketball player anymore.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, to be brutally honest with you, I actually want to have this conversation because first off, I want to touch on what you said. This road to NBA thing, I think it's really cool, but I think because like I think we both know like you don't have any plans of actually going to the NBA.
No.
Yeah. So I think the fact that it's like unrealistic kind of will hurt the storyline because like road to one point, people thought it was very realistic. They thought eventually you'd score. And if there's no like end movie like scene where you get to the NBA, I think that could maybe not be the best thing. So like I want to talk to you about like how you want to build your personal brand and frame it and be ready to start something that's actually realistic and achievable. Because I think people would love to see you accomplish something, just like people loved to see you accomplish this journey. If you do this whole journey about road to NBA and then never accomplish it, it's kind of not going to have that satisfying ending. And it's not going to be that success story that people look for online or in movies. Like everybody wants to watch success stories. Like people watch movies, they watch all that stuff. So I feel like, honestly, personal brand should be a really big thing for you. And on this podcast, I want to talk a lot about that, like young entrepreneurs and like personal brand, from creator to personal brand. And I think for you, you have the golden opportunity right now to leverage this attention that you have into starting a personal brand. For example, I'm not going to be the same thing as me, but like I use my social media attention to leverage it into something I'm passionate about, skin, and made a skincare business. I think right now you could leverage it into something like Brandon Dwyer's coaching, his camp. I scored a point, so I'm gonna teach you guys how to score a point, how I got to college stuff, how I made content. It's like I think you could do a great coaching thing. I think you'd be like a great OT coach. I think there'd be so many cool opportunities for you that I think might be better than road to NBA. And I'm telling you this as a friend that sees a huge opportunity for you. And I want to kind of talk to you and hear what your thoughts on that are and like what you do and don't want to do, because you have a lot of future plans. So what are your kind of plans there?
Yeah, I mean, that's a loaded question.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But I mean, like you said, I do have a lot that I could do right now. And when I say the road to NBA, like I'm not going to push that as much as the road to one point. Because like you said, obviously not obtainable. I'm not going to the NBA. I know that. I have 6 points in 5 years. I'm not touching the NBA. But in my mind, that is more of a kind of a social media bit than more of like a real life obtainable thing. Because the road to one point was something I could attain. I also could have not done it. Like I could have gone 0 for 3 in that game, and then we'd still be sitting here, and I'd have no points. And I'd still be on the road to one point. I mean, I didn't know I was doing a fifth year this time last year.
Really?
So I didn't even know if I was going to do this year. So the road to one point could have ended last year.
Wait, what made you decide to stay another year?
Well, I wanted to give myself an opportunity to score. And I also like love my teammates, love my coaches. And like I love basketball. I've been around basketball my whole life. So like if I have another year to do it, and I got to get my master's, make my dad happy. So I wanted to do it. and I'm really glad I did. Not just because I scored, but because of all the other experiences I've gotten this year.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But to go more into your question, like what I want to do next, I do love the coaching idea. I think that'd be sick, whether it's a camp, whether it's an AAU team, whether it's an OTE team, whether it is you fill in the blank, whatever it could be.
Why don't you, I honestly think there's a lot of attention on this. I think there'll be clips and stuff like this. If there's anything you want to say, do you want to call someone out and be like, yo, let's talk, make me a coach?
Yeah, there is an individual I would like to, not an individual, but there's an organization I would like to call out. Overtime Elite. I would love to be a coach over there. And I'd even more would love to have my own team, and we could call it the Bench Mob.
Oh, that's tough.
And what I would like to do is I would like to go, I don't know the logistics of this, but my initial idea is I would like to hand select one player on each current team that doesn't start and have them be my first people on my team.
That's good. OTE, I think you have a very viral, attention-grabbing coach opportunity right here. I think if they don't take this opportunity or this call out, they're honestly missing out. So
I would have to agree.
I think it's a really, really cool idea, and I'm very happy that you kind of have some cool plans about that, because I think, dude, right now you could do anything that you want, even if because you said you're going to get your master's, even if you end up entering corporate America, or that's an option. I think the fact that you're still going to give yourself the opportunity to do what you want to do in case that's what you want to do. Like, yeah, maybe right now you don't want to be a coach, but in a year from now, if you decide, oh, I want to be a coach, I don't want to go to work a 9-to-5 job.
I don't want to work a 9-to-5.
Okay, good.
Fully transparent, I don't.
You're going to be happy that you're like, okay, I'm so happy that when I had that attention, I utilized it and made people know that I want to do this other thing. And that's now giving me this opportunity to do a thing I really want to do. So that's really cool. Is there anything else you'd ever think about like doing future wise, like for like a brand or anything like that?
I'd have to think about that one. Just when I hear future wise, one thing would be an AAU team. Like if I don't do the OTE thing, would just be creating my own AAU team. Same type of thing. Because I know like there's a Rod Wave Elite, and I know there's a lot of content teams out there, but they take the McDonald's All-Americans. They take the top 10 guys in the country. Yeah. I want to pick 10 random kids and document their process from March to August and go to these mom pop tournaments and see how much better they get.
Do you think it's possible though to really get like an all-star team if you just pick bench players? Do you think you're that good at
I don't want to be an all-star. I don't want so in terms of OT, I mean most of the kids there are Division I talent. So I'd be picking from, the best of the best around the country. Yeah. But if I weren't to do that, I were to do the AAU team route, I would just pick, 10 kids that like basketball that aren't, nationally ranked or anything, because that's more on brand for me. And we wouldn't go to the national tournaments. We would go to like the weekend tournaments that I went to when I was growing up in Delaware, like when I was a little kid. And I think, I'm not going to, these random kids, like they're 10. They're not very good at basketball, but seeing their growth throughout the summer would be, I think, something I'd be interested in documenting and more relatable than watching, a 5-star go dunk on another 5-star. Yeah. You're watching 5'2" Billy miss a layup. I think that's way more. In my opinion, I think that's way more entertaining.
I agree. So you're saying that you might want to do these things. Do you want to involve content and social media in your future? Do you plan to continue to do content, or after college you're kind of done with content?
I definitely still want to do content. I mean, it's my favorite thing to do. I like basketball. I do, but I really like making silly videos in the gym. I think I really found my calling with that, and I definitely want to continue to do that in some form or another, whether that is with OTE, whether it is an AAU team, whether that it is my an individual coaching thing, whether that's taking the college coaching route and talking about that or doing something along the lines with that. I definitely want to still do content in some form or another.
Yeah, that makes sense. You ever make merch?
I did make merch before.
I know. That's why I brought it up, because your merch actually said Road to One Point. Are you going to make any merch saying something about the Road to One Point being over?
I would like to, but I don't know what I'd put on the shirt yet. I'd have to think about that. I could do the simple thing would be Road to One Point with a check, but that's boring.
That could be funny.
So it's I could do something with that. I could do 6 is greater than 0 or something like that.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's really cool. But if you had to, okay, I know you don't have an idea for it though, but if you had to make a brand, what would it be? Not a coaching
my own
brand.
Personal brand?
If it had to be a product, it could be a sports product, a food product. If you had to do something like that, what would it be?
I mean, a joke one would be a seat cushion.
A seat cushion?
Yeah.
Like a whoopee cushion?
No. You know how at football games they have those seat cushions?
Oh,
it's
bench warmer.
Because I sit, so it warms your butt. It warms the bench.
Okay.
That's actually not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea.
But another one would be a standard one would be a mini basketball hoop, or I'd have to think about that. I actually kind of like that seat warmer thing. I think it's
cool.
I think it's not a bad idea.
I think it'd be more bop at people in the audience, not the players.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea, though. I don't really know if there's any seat warmers like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd be the person to ask. You would know.
Thanks, man. Yeah. I don't know. I have to look into that. But I mean, as of right now, no. I don't have my Magic Haven skin idea right now. But
no, but it is crazy to think about all the opportunities you have in the business entrepreneurship world because of social media, and now with the spike, you can really risk and do anything. I'm talking to the audience as well. If you have a personal brand in social media, you can do anything you want to do. You can start any type of business. You can do any passion project you want. The key to doing something you want is to have a community of people that support you. You can start small with your family, and then as you grow, having that community that supports you and will pay attention to your same story for years, that's so important. And I think you have a great opportunity with that, and I'm really excited to see how that goes and how you're able to leverage it. And I'm really happy that we had this conversation, because outside of just the podcast, I really wanted to just sit down and talk to you about how you can make best use of this momentum you have and really set yourself up for life, because you could set yourself up for life right now. I mean, if you think about it, your worst video right now, absolute worst video, will get 100,000 views. What is 100,000 people in one room?
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people. You will have a lot of people that see whatever you do and that want to support you. So whatever you do, it's going to have a huge impact. And I want to make sure I've gone over all the talking points. I want to go a little bit on your human side to end us off. What is the biggest change you've seen in yourself from start to finish in this journey?
Social media or the road to one point?
You as a person, all this social media and road to one point, how has this changed you as a human?
That's a really good question. I can laugh at myself more.
Okay.
And I'm a lot more empathetic to people, because with getting quote unquote famous off of being bad, like, oh man, how do I word that? It's like,
take your time.
Man. Like, I would say this as well. I notice more things now, because when I go to an away game, the first thing I look at isn't the guys on the court. I look at the bench, or I see like how the bench is doing, or I look at like the guy that I look at the manager. I kind of notice like the quote unquote like invisible guys, or like the nobodies that aren't like the star of the show more. So I think I'm a lot more like conscious of my surroundings. But I think in terms of the empathy thing, it's a lot of people wanted to see me succeed. So I really realized that like when you are the underdog, because I was the underdog, like I didn't have a point.
Dude, you literally were the underdog movie. That was a movie. Your journey at one point, that was a literal underdog movie.
It was, yeah. But I think it is pretty cool. A lot of people will call me Rudy. I don't know if you know what Rudy is.
I don't know.
He's a Notre Dame football player, walk on, got in senior year, and then recorded a tackle. There's a movie about it. Oh, wow. And a lot of people like have compared my story to that. But in terms of like changing who I am as a person, I think I have a lot more empathy, a lot more noticeable, and I think I'm a lot more appreciative of like the people you don't think of, like the cleaning people, like the GA who cuts up the film that isn't the head coach, the teacher's assistant, the person that isn't the name on the billboard, like the person who took the picture of the guy on the billboard. Yeah. I think I notice those people a lot more. That's now.
So good, because I feel like so many people, they get fame or they get money, they get attention, and they kind of have the opposite reaction. They forget about the people below them. They get very entitled. They just care about the top people, and they really don't care about anyone else. But your journey is so unique because you kind of got that attention for being the underdog, and you're able to like have that humility that most famous people don't have. And like, it's such a unique way to rise in attention and rise in success. And I'm really, really like, I respect that a lot. I think it's really good how you've kind of grown, and you've stayed down to the ground, very humble.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. 100%. I also can't jump very high, so I can't get too far off
the ground.
Oh my
gosh, this guy goes to Dunk City and he can't dunk.
Actually, I'll give you guys a I can announce this. I got invited to be a judge of a slam dunk contest.
Oh my god.
And I can't dunk. I have dunked. There's video evidence. But isn't that awesome?
Dude, it's so awesome. I think that fact that was
so awesome. I can't dunk.
Ever since you told me that, I have never once not brought it up, because
you bring it up every time I see you.
It's the funniest fact ever. You go to Dunk City and you can't dunk. It's all good though. I want to ask you a question though. For all the other benchwarmers, underdogs, what would you tell them if you had to give them a message?
You're just as important as the best player on the team. Because even though you don't score all the points, you get them ready to score all the points. And you do all the little things that people don't recognize, and that the little things matter. Because, like, for example, let's use an analogy here. If you have a pyramid, people look at the top of the pyramid, and they don't look at the bottom. But there's no top without the bottom.
Exactly.
So, like, you need the bottom of the pyramid to even have the top of the pyramid. So, like, you matter as much as the best player does. So even if you don't get the recognition from your coach or your parents or your friends, if you buy into your role, you're, in my opinion, obviously a little biased, you're as successful as the best guy on the team. As long as you buy into your role.
That's a really good thing, because also you're putting very similar amount of time to them. You're part of the same team. You shouldn't ever see yourself as like lower or less than another player on the team. If you're part of a team, everyone on that team should be treated equally. Like, that's how you have a good team, good chemistry. There isn't like a power hierarchy where it's like, I feel like a good team always has that equal treatment amongst whoever you are, and that's really good. I think it's a really good takeaway. Well, that kind of wraps all the questions I had for you. For the outro, I kind of just want to give the floor to you. Do you have any things you want to say, any advice to give, anything you want to shout out? The floor is yours, Brandon. The red carpet is rolled out.
Oh, man. Thank you for rolling out the red carpet. But I want to shout out the bench mob. Thank you guys for supporting me over the last 3 years. We have a lot more in store. We're not just the road to 1 point guy. We're going to be a lot more than just that. But again, thank you very much for supporting me over the last 3 years of not scoring. Thank you guys.
Dude,
absolutely. Thank you, Haven, for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely loved having you. Thank you for driving out here. I feel bad you have to drive another 2 hours tonight.
It's all right.
But
I'll get some canes before I leave. I'll be fine.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great drive. And thank you guys for watching this episode. I think it's been a great one so far. So I love you guys. Take care and God bless.
Bye.